Hey everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with another tabletop video review. Today we're going to check out the ASG CZ Shadow 2, and this is a Blowback CO2 BB Pistol. And again, this is the tabletop video, so no shooting in it. I will be doing a field test shooting video next week for this product, so stay posted for that if you're interested in velocity and accuracy and just kind of in general how this product shoots. Alright, the ASG CZ Shadow 2 is available in our Canada Replica Airgun store at this time. I'm not sure if it's in the US just yet, but it could be in the future if it isn't right now. Alright, so let's get right into the specifications. This is a replica of the CZ Shadow 2, which is a purpose-built IPSC gun. It is fully CZ licensed with all the trademarks via ASG, and it is a full blowback operation, much like what you would find in a typical airsoft blowback airgun. It may in fact just be an airsoft version that's been slightly modified to shoot steel BBs. I'm not sure. Now you're going to find that this is a full metal construction with an anodized aluminum slide and a CNC machined zinc pistol grip side. So I believe these are zinc, and then you have aluminum here, and then you have probably some sort of metal. Not steel necessarily, but some sort of metal here, because it doesn't need to be super high quality, as there's very low pressure with an air gun. In the magazine, it holds a 12-gram CO2 cartridge along with 17 BBs, and those BBs are going to be 4.5 millimeter steel BBs. This gun weighs in at 2.7 pounds or 1,230 grams, so it's pretty beefy. It does have an 8.5 inch or 215 millimeter total length. The barrel is about 4.5 inches or 114 millimeters, and it's non-rifled. You're also going to find a fiber optic sight up front with a fully adjustable rear sight, being that it's an IPSC built gun. This gun has adjustable hop-up, so if you field strip it, you can get at the hop-up pretty easy, and I'll show you that in a bit. It does have a kind of slower claimed FPS of 285, but we'll see if that's a true claim and it's actually right around there. It should be okay. And it does have a single and double action trigger. What's nice about this gun is you can switch that magazine release. It's side swappable, so there's just a screw you take out and you can switch sides, so it's kind of ambidextrous. And you're going to find a rail for accessories like a tack light or a laser. And again, this product is distributed by ASG. It's made in Taiwan. I'm not sure if it's KWA or KJ Works, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those companies that actually makes it for ASG. Either way, they both make high quality products. All right, let's take a look at what you get. You get an Allen key for the CO2 and this little mini Allen key for probably adjusting the rear sight, I imagine. You also have a nice straightforward, well thought out, laid out manual, right, with some parts information, things you shouldn't do with it, right, nice little picture diagrams, how to work the mechanical components, load it, right, put the CO2 in, things like that, loading the magazine, right, how to field strip it. It's kind of nice how to adjust the hop up, right? All the stuff you're going to kind of need without going over the top. All right, here's the box, because sometimes the box is important to people, and it's important to me. You know, if it's a nice box, gives the gun that little bit higher quality feel to it rather than clamshells. And typically ASG does put their products in nicely laid out boxes. All right, so used by IPSC World Champions, designed for high accuracy, full metal, adjustable mag release, fiber optic front sight. Not a lot of information there. You do have the steel BB, right? Unique serial number, full metal. So there's not too much on the box, but that's okay because this video is about the gun. It's not really about the box. All right, let's compare it to another CZ product that I'm reviewing this week, doing a tabletop video for, and then next week again, I'll be doing a field test video for both of these guns. But this is the ASG CZ 75 SP01 Shadow. Nice gun, not an IPSC gun, but, you know, so it doesn't have all the, the bells and whistles. It doesn't have an adjustable rear sight. It's probably not going to be necessarily as accurate. We'll find out. But it's a nice gun either way, and it's a little bit less expensive and still a quality product with full blowback and all of that, right? This one has a stainless sort of design barrel, which I kind of think is nice. They scratch up a bit less. But this one's, you know, if you're looking for something maybe a little bit lighter, it's a little bit lighter, a little less beefy, a little bit less expensive, then maybe take a look at this one. All right, let's take a walk around and then we'll do a field strip as well for you. So really nice product. Obviously, you're going to want to remove that sticker right away, but you do have this nice fiber optic sight on the front, right? It's just a lot of really nice finishing on this gun. Serrations, you've got the shadow right in the right in the slide, and it's very, very little wiggle. Got that adjustable rear sight. There's no white dots on it. Would have been nice, but that's okay, right? The barrel is a high gloss look, so rather than the stainless, it is recessed. You've got that brass inner barrel. You've got your Picatinny rail here. This is a slightly larger trigger guard on this product, which allows for gloves and maybe beefier, sausage fingers. It does have a double and single action trigger. So single, double, okay. You do have the slide catch release here, which is also the take out pin or take down lever. You just pop it out, and I'll do that in a second. You've got your safety. So in order to activate it, you have to pull the hammer back because it's not going to do anything when it's down. You have these nice metal grips, right? So again, I believe these are, what are they made out of again? I'm trying to remember now. Some sort of zinc or something like that. What is it again? Yeah, zinc. So it's a zinc pistol grip. At least that's what it says on some of the information online. It's metal. It's not steel. It's not aluminum. Supposedly it's zinc. Anodized aluminum though, slide. So this is a very high quality product for sure. So again, you have serial number. You do have this kind of, I'm not a big fan of the super bright white lettering. Companies could tone it down. Just make it an off-white. That would even help. Ambidextrous safety there. We'll pop out the magazine. So nice heavy-duty steel magazine, right? You just remove the butt plate and you can get it the CO2. But it does hold 17 rounds, okay? So nice gun. Really nice. I did promise a field strip, so let's do that for you right now. And to do that, pull the hammer back first. Makes it easier to just wiggle this back. You see those two lines there? You're going to want to line those up. And then with my finger, I'm pushing this out. So pushing that little button there out. And then it just comes right off. And I'm not going to take the barrel out, but you could pull the spring out. And you can get the barrel out, just back it out. You do have the hop up here that I wanted to show you. Okay, so that's a hop up screw. And it is a BB gun, so the hop up isn't going to be as dramatic on a steel BB gun because of the density of the BBs. But it can, potentially keep that BB flying a little truer for you downrange. So you might want to play with it and see what kind of effects you get from it. And then let's get this back in. Try to. Doesn't want to go in. There it is. Okay, got to line that up just so, and you're good. Okay. All right, let's get into some of the pros and the cons. The ASG CZ Shadow 2 is a single and double action gun, so it has a single double action trigger with a nice light short single action trigger. I didn't really show you that, but you'll notice there's a little bit of take up, and it's just super light. Double action is definitely longer and heavier, but that single action trigger is pretty nice. I think it's nice. All right, the fit and finish is just absolutely excellent on this product. It does have very little slide wiggle, and it's an all metal build, and it weighs in at like 2.7 pounds, even with the aluminum and the zinc. So there's a lot going on here. And it is an extremely close replica of the Real Steel CZ Shadow 2 in both looks and function. Now that rear sight is fully adjustable and it sits very flush with the slide. So that's kind of nice because some adjustable rear sights can be a little bulky and just kind of take away from the look of the gun. You're going to find that fiber optic front sight, which helps with quick target acquisition, and that CNC machined aluminum slide and full metal build, including the machined zinc pistol grip on the sides. Just a lot of quality and a lot of workmanship that goes into this gun. You're also going to find that recessed barrel is nice and deep, which adds to the realism. And the full-size metal magazine not only holds the CO2, but it also holds the BBs, and it adds some additional weight. That magazine release can be switched to either side depending on what you prefer, which is nice, and it does have the extended trigger guard, which makes shooting with gloves or sausage fingers a bit easier. Now the ASG CZ Shadow 2 does have a claim of being highly accurate, so we're going to find that out when I do my field test shooting video next week. And you're going to find that pretty much all the mechanical parts work just like the Real Steel version, and you can field strip this gun as I showed you and get access to that hop up very easily. It also has a fairly heavy slide spring, so it should have a nice fast blowback action, which will help with action shooting. And again, there's CZ licensing all over this gun, just like the Real Steel version, thanks to ASG's licensing. All right, a couple cons. The velocity is claimed to be 285, so hopefully it doesn't go much lower than that. If that's kind of the average, then that should be all right. And the price will be a bit higher than some similar guns, but this is a high quality gun with lots of high quality workmanship going into it. So if you pay $100 more than something similar, that's probably okay. And at 2.7 pounds, this may be a bit too much gun for some people, especially if you have smaller hands. Alright, again, this product is available in our Canada Replica Airgun store over at replicairguns.ca. I'll put links in the description if you're interested in buying it. Now, if you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, we do have both our Canada and US Replica Airgun stores over at replicairguns.ca for Canada and replicairguns.us for the US. We've also got our replicairguns.com blog where I'll put a written post of this review video. I'll also have some additional photos there and perhaps some information I may have left out in the video version. So check that out. Again, link in the description if you want to find it easily. All right, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.